Tdtv, live every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hosted by me, your girl Lashia. Join me as I discuss social topics, spotlight independent artists, and share financial tips. Join the conversation. I want to hear what you have to say. Think Different TV, where minds meet. You're the reason I wake up, the reason I smile.
Well, hello there. Hello. Welcome to another episode of Think Different TV. I am your host, Lashia. Think Different TV is where minds meet. How was y'all weekend? How was everything? I believe we did pass the weekend of Easter, so it was a lot going on there. And what else was going on? Let me think. Let's just say I had a crazy week. Everything was pretty much discombobulated. But what I didn't mention on the first episode of this month was that this is actually Autism Awareness Month. And those who know me know that my son, I am a proud mom of an autistic child. He is my everything. He is my world. And as we go through this journey, I'm learning so much about him and myself included. So, yeah, and you see all the puzzle pieces. It's just a different way of thinking that they have. So, definitely, today I'm wearing somewhat of a blue. I got my little blue on to represent autism awareness, but I'm also wearing my my other New Day shirt that I got. So yeah. So I'm excited, guys. Listen, Think Different TV is every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Shout out to all my Tdtv fam all over the country, because you could be anywhere right now, but you choose to be right here with me. So I thank you so much. Think Different TV could not be made possible without viewers like you and our sponsor. So let's shout out my sponsor, Euphoria Water, in this way.
Hey guys, Lashia here from Think Different TV, which is every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Shout out to my Tdtv fam all over the country. And I have a Tdtv exclusive for you concerning my sponsor, Euphoria Water. Euphoria Water is the cleanest, healthiest water in Philly, alkaline with minerals, no chemicals, no additives. It is good and good for you. If you're going to hydrate the right way. Get your Euphoria Water today. You can find Euphoria Water on IG under Euphoria Water. That's UPHORIAWATER. And if you live in the Philadelphia area and want Euphoria Water delivered to your home, contact Captain at 267-707-8279. And why are we in my bathroom? Well, I want to show you my new Euphoria Water shower head. There you go. It's so bright and shiny and beautiful. It took me literally seconds to set up. I just unscrewed my old one and screwed this one on. It has several different settings. You can get the jet setting. You can do the regular shower setting. It is amazing. And also to know that I have the purest water hit my body. It's the greatest feeling. So make sure you make this investment, because I am so happy that I made this investment. Call Captain at 267-707-8279 to put in that order, or you can hit them up on Euphoria Water on IG. I'm telling you, it's the best investment, the best thing I ever did.
So yeah, shout out to Euphoria Water. Euphoria Water is the cleanest, healthiest water in Philly. Shout out to Imitation by Jarrell, because Queen been rocking out with me since the beginning of time. And make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell on my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any new episodes, replays, or exclusive interviews from Think Different TV. Also, let's share the love by sharing the live. After you share, comment #TDTV. And Think Different TV has an IG page. So it's Think Different TV LLC. I might as well run my banner now. I always forget to do that, but there you go. Everything is right down there at the bottom. all the information. You can find me on YouTube at Think Different TV. On Twitch, I'm on Twitch as well at Think Different TV. So a lot of big things popping off, a lot of big things happening. And those who are just joining into the fold, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Those who have been rocking out with me since the beginning, what's up, y'all? Y'all know what time it is. It's time to get this party started with our Hit It and Quit It. Now, Hit It and Quit It are trending events in music, sports, political, celebrity, and local news. So let's get into it. In music news, Rich Homie Quan and Roddy Ricch get into it after Rich Homie's verse was removed from a member of Roddy's management team. Rich Homie quickly made an Instagram post where he says he felt offended that the business was done behind his back because he sent the verse months ago when asked. He then challenges Roddy to a versus, but the two quickly hash out their differences online by Rich Homie apologizing to Roddy about blowing up over the misunderstanding. So there you go. That was a beautiful ending, right? I thought it was gonna go somewhere else, and it just was like, oh, okay. Marcus Houston opens up about the backlash he's receiving regarding the age difference between him and his wife. We had no conversation and no connection until she was of age. Really, dude? Now I'm trying not, because you know, Marcus Houston, immature, IMX, house party, Roger from off of Sister Sister. Here's my thing. At this point, she's of age, right? But I can't help but feel like he's been talking to her since she was 17, even though he said I didn't talk to her until she was of age. Come on now. Come on. Stop the cat. We know that y'all was talking when she was 17. And listen, at this point in time, I know R. Kelly is in there punching some pillows. Because he's able to just get away with this stuff. I'm not saying anybody should be grooming anybody. You know, nobody should be trying, no man or woman. No man is supposed to be going after a young woman. A woman is not supposed to be going after a young man. Sometimes when people go for people that are younger than they are, that presents a bigger problem. Like, I feel like he felt like he wasn't mature enough to date someone his age, or he kept getting faced with the go home, Roger, and she was too young to know what that reference was. So I'm just saying, when you got so many people your age, like remembering that you were Roger from off of Sister Sister, that you had like all these different things going on, it could throw a little salt in your game. So he was like, I have to go to somebody that don't have no memory of me being an immature IMX, being Roger from off of Sister Sister. She don't know nothing. Okay, she gotta know nothing, and so he had to go to someone that was a little bit younger. I'm just saying. Would you take $100 in food stamps or spend a day with Bow Wow? That was the $1 million question. And a lot of women chose the $100 in food stamps. This is the same question that was posed to women about Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy was the first person to not be chosen over food stamps, and Bow Wow was the second. Slim Thug speaks out following the arrest of his stalker. It was a young lady, and she was crazy apparently. You know, she was making it seem like they was together, like they did something together. He was like, I never once was with this girl. She just was crazy, you know. And this happens, you know, it's unfair. And then, you know what, people was just taking it so light. Had it been a man stalking a female artist, all hell would have broke loose. I'm telling you, it's such a big double standard going on, and it's unfair. Former Gucci Mane artist And 1017 rapper Frenchie is sentenced to 12 years in prison for involvement in a failed robbery. East Coast and West Coast connect on a Thizzler cipher that will stream live June 11th. Doja Cat tweets, I quit music, and this time it kind of backfired. A lot of the comments were people tired of her recent ritual-like antics. And of course, her fans were there to defend her also. Doja Cat also responds to backlash over her new tattoo, saying, your fear is not my problem. Meek Mill sold his huge ATL mansion to Rick Ross for $4.2 million, all cash. So that's a come up for the rapper. Excuse me for a moment. We're going to keep it moving. In celebrity news, Monique confesses to her husband about her secret desire to be intimate with a woman on her new Netflix comedy special. Mendeecees Harris says he once put his mother up for collateral while discussing his past dealings in the streets. Say what now? Crazy. That's crazy. All right. Tyrese's girlfriend says her type is actually Paul Walker in the lead some speeches. What more do you want from me? Hazel E shares a few posts at the Countess line, commented on her mama's mac and cheese. A lot of people thought it was apple crumble. Hazel E bringing up Countess's thyroid condition was a low blow. Dang, mama. Forrest Whitaker and Chris Davis star in the upcoming film on the world heavyweight champion Big George Foreman. Whoa Vicky says she has proof that Lil Nas X has been lying about being gay for popularity. I kind of knew that. Y'all, excuse me. I kind of knew that. Because his wardrobe choices was kind of suspect. Because I'm like, you sure he gay? Because gay men don't really dress like that, you know? They don't really dress like that. I was like, I understand being an artist and have your own style, but yeah. That's crazy. Drake Bell, for those of y'all don't know, Drake Bell's from Drake and Josh on Nickelodeon show. He said he was reported missing, and he posts, you leave your phone in the car and don't answer for the night, and this happens. So he just wanted to be shut off from the world for a little bit for a night. Everybody think he's missing. That's crazy. That tells you right there that he don't really have close friends like that for them to automatically think that he's missing or something's wrong with him and not think maybe he just wanted to put his phone on snooze, you know? Or I put mine on do not disturb all the time. So I be missing calls left and right. Sending prayers to Jamie Foxx for a full recovery. Update popular hood classic movie Three Strikes. I don't know if y'all remember that movie. I remember that movie. It was hilarious. Will be streaming on services in July. In sports news, the women's NCAA College National Championship was won by the LSU Lady Tigers, but the media didn't see the win. They only saw the hand gesture made by one of the players, Angel Reese. Keep in mind, the Iowa basketball star used the same gesture and was praised for it, while the LSU Lady Tiger was bashed for the same move when her team won the championship. Black, white, we all know what this is. Angel Reese also reacts to Jill Biden wanting Iowa and LSU's women's basketball team to visit the White House following the NCAA championship. She responded, "We not coming, period." All right. Miss McMahon reportedly bought the WWF in 1982 for $1 million, and today in 2023, it is worth $9.3 billion. Joel Embiid. It's because I know somebody named Joel, and I know Joel Embiid drops a bold statement claiming he is more skilled than Hakeem and more dominant than Shaq. He said, "I'm easily the best center to ever play the game." We're gonna keep it moving on that one because somebody Somebody was drinking the juice. College swimming champion Riley Gaines was ambushed and physically hit by trans activists while giving a speech on women's sports at San Francisco State. Wow. Body cam footage of a 17-year-old telling police that he was jumped by Ja Morant what has surfaced. I'm tired of this bad news. Okay, this is funny. Chicago Bulls small forward DeMar DeRozan's DeMar D daughters. Oh my gosh, the alliteration. DeMar D's daughter screamed whenever the Raptors shot free throws at the play in the game a week ago. They missed 128 of them. And she and her dad are trending. All right. I did see the video of her screaming every time. Yo, I would have been mad if I was the person next to her. I'm like, shut up. Not because I want to see the people win, but that scream was deafening. Okay. So I understand how they missed them free throws. Sixers need her. Ex-high school coach makes racist comments about hanging Black people from trees and says there are too many Black people in Atlanta. Memphis basketball commit Mikey Williams was arrested Thursday on 5 charges of assault with a deadly weapon. It's like, I forgot who it was. Somebody posted that, and they said in there, because I don't want to say it like I'm saying it, but this person said that it's like these kids today don't want to succeed. Like they don't want to be great. They always they purposely sabotage themselves. Maybe a topic. Maybe. I don't know. New York police and fire department kept throwing hands during their charity hockey game. Crazy. In other news, there was a book found in the store titled The Gay BCs. I just don't. I don't. 1 killed, 3 injured in parking lot shooting outside Los Angeles Trader Joe's. Milwaukee reckless driver curses out a new station as they report on his unsafe driving habits, saying you can suck a boop. 25-year-old Darrell Chaplin has been stopped 35 times in 3 years and has racked up nearly 10K in traffic fines. And guess what? After that interview, he drove off. Nigerian IG couple Igor Uberibo and Daniela Simba Allen and prophetess Faith Ugoshi, oh my gosh, are on the run for drug trafficking. Nigerian police seized over 143 million tramadol pills, 350 pounds of weed, and arrested 4 of their workers in the Partridge and Pear Tree. Jesus. Cash App founder Bob Lee fatally stabbed in San Francisco. No arrests have been made at the moment. 12-year-old boy in Milwaukee charged with killing a man who wouldn't sell him guns. Maybe he might have been on to something when he said he was going to sell them guns to you because you end up killing them. So, In a recent viral video, a man walks into a restaurant and was met with all the workers high on meth. The restaurant is called Crystal. Go figure. Police brutality. Police officers slammed the crap out of a woman engaged in fisticuffs with other women. Johnson & Johnson reached a deal for $8.9 billion. It is a talc-based baby powder. I'm thinking that's a settlement. America's booming secret male plastic surgery industry revealed 1.3 million men in America are getting BBLs, lipo, and ab implants that cost up to $4K each year. And you know what's crazy? It's so many guys that's bragging on women for getting these things, but there's men doing it just as much. Now, those men may not be, into women. They may be trying to look like women, but men get it too. Y'all ain't giving them no heat, no nothing. Talk about women should embrace their natural bodies. Those men need to embrace their natural bodies too. Moving on. Meta reveals it will no longer pay influencers for reels on Facebook and Instagram. Police have released them, but guess what? You won't pay for that blue check if you want. We're not gonna pay you nothing, but you definitely gonna pay for this blue check. Police have released the mugshots of pedophiles sentenced for their involvement in one of the country's biggest ever child sex abuse rings. A total of 7 women and 14 men have been convicted of sickening crimes against 7 children up to the age of 12 in Wolverhampton. 21 evil faces have been jailed for a total of 145 years. Good. Detroit man sentenced to 3 to 20 years in federal prison for hacking into bank accounts, stealing more than $300K. He is currently serving 8 years for unemployment fraud. So just tack that right on. And I know this is further down, but I'm going to throw this out there. He did 3 to 20 years stealing money, hacking into bank accounts. And I know y'all heard about the guy. They got sentenced to 70 years for spitting on cops. He literally got half the time that those people got for running a whole child ring. Because there was like a combined 145 years, and he got 70 years for spitting on cops. See? Florida man arrested after allegedly pulling out a machete after bar refuses to let him sing another karaoke song. Delaware County officials have charged a 17-year-old with first-degree murder in the fatal shooting of a 14-year-old in Darby. A man on a bike robbed 7 people in 30 minutes in Memphis. Florida teacher fired after asking students to write up their own obituaries on the day of an active shooter drill. Disturbing video shows a woman abusing children at a daycare facility in Maryland. I couldn't watch it. They had it, but I couldn't watch it because then I would be so pissed. All the major Florida universities just banned TikTok on their campuses. Former Tesla worker Owen Diaz was awarded $137 million last year for dealing with racism on the job. The supervisor called him the N-word 30 times. The $137 million was reduced to $15 million. He rejected the $15 million and asked for a retrial and winds up only getting $3.2 million. To know what he could have gotten, I think that make it bittersweet that he got $3.2 million, but that's still $3.2 million for being called the N-word. I'm waiting for somebody. Why can't nobody mess up that much with me so I can get the money? I'm just saying. A man confronts his child's mother after DNS proves he wasn't the father of his 11-year-old son. I want y'all to check out season 2, episode 4, where I talked about paternity fraud, because that is definitely one of the things that men go through. You build a bond and then you find out this is not my child. Now you kind of guilted into staying, but you like, I shouldn't stay because ain't my child. It's crazy. It's the Easter blessing. Shoppers get free food after the refrigerators went out at a Trader Joe's grocery store in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Florida woman charged after supplying her own mother with a fatal dose of fentanyl. Damn. Florida, California, like this people crazy. California woman goes on a wild rampage by crashing into multiple cars in Orange County store parking lot. 12-year-old girl steals her dad's car and drives 400 miles to meet a friend she met online. What? Scientists claim humans will be able to upload consciousness into computers by the end of this year. Think Black Mirror. Black Mirror already called it. They already had it on their show. If you ain't never see Black Mirror, go check out Black Mirror on Netflix. It's not just the episode about the dude being gay, with his friend in the video game. It's other episodes on there. So don't just, because a lot of people are like, oh, you mean that episode which is not just that episode. You gotta watch the whole series. U.S. officials announced that they will not pursue criminal charges in the Shanquella Robinson case. That got me like, how y'all not? What? There's video evidence that these people was, yo, multiple casualties reported as authorities respond to an active aggressor in downtown Louisville. You know how they say active aggressor, active shooter. Like this dude was shooting people. The mother of the Louisville bank shooter called police to warn them about his son's plan to attack. I don't understand. Like, how you. Anyway, Japan issues an evacuation order after North Korea fires a ballistic missile. PlayStation is working on a new updated 2023 version of their 2005 handheld release, the PSP. Recent tests show that popular brands like Nike and Athleta have been revealed to contain high amounts of toxic chemicals, specifically BPA. But the Burn Bra Challenge gained momentum on TikTok and caused to boycott Nike over Dylan Mulvaney ads. Mulvaney. Dylan Mulvaney is a transgender, and somebody decided to start a Burn Bra Challenge to boycott Nike over this trans woman promoting the sports bras and stuff like that. But these sports bras got like toxic chemicals in it. So should we really be boycotting that? I don't know. Maybe they didn't want to call attention to the fact that there's deadly chemicals in it, so they got to find another reason to do it. Whatever. Texas man Larry Pearson sentenced to 70 years for spitting at police. That's what I was just talking about. San Francisco rolls out autonomously driven cars after numerous Uber and Lyft driver strikes. Terrifying new AI scam cloned teenage girl's voice to call her mother and demand $1 million in ransom. A man died after he was eaten alive by bed bugs in a filthy Georgia jail cell where he was held for 3 months. The cell was so dirty that a worker who entered it wore a safety suit to protect himself from hazardous materials. Man throws $200K in cash out of a car window onto the interstate in Oregon. Investigators said the money belonged to the man and his family. The man drained, then let it fly along the freeway. And then the family was like, we know it's a stretch, but if anybody finds any of that money, can y'all bring it back? Minneapolis awards $8.9 million to 2 people claiming Derek Chauvin kneeled on them. And this nasty Karen upgraded her stay to the consequences package. A white woman spits on a black woman and thinks she could just walk away. Nope. 5 people were shot after a police was delivered to the wrong house in Detroit. The people who accidentally received the pizza ate it. The neighbors who originally ordered the pizza confronted them. Yelling turned into gunfire. 30 rounds were fired. 2 teens tragically passed away on prom night after a fatal car crash in Alabama. Condolences to the family. 16-year-old Ralph Yarl was going to pick up his younger siblings from an unfamiliar address where he was shot in the head, then again while on the ground by a white man that answered the door after he rang the wrong doorbell. So went to go pick up his siblings. He was supposed to go to 115 Terrace, 115 Terrace, but he went to 115 Street. And he was confronted by this guy. No arrests have been made. The guy has not been arrested. What are we doing? I think this is in Kansas City. He's still alive. The 16-year-old is still alive, and they do have a GoFundMe for him. But really what the family wants, his aunt went on her live stream and said she really wants attention to be brought to this story. So we're going to keep putting the word out there. If y'all are watching right now, hashtag Ralph Yarl. That's RALPHYA. RL, Ralph Yard, hashtag Ralph Yard. Um, and while you're at it, hashtag FYP too. Political. Saudi Arabia cuts ties with the United States for economic independence. The Crown Prince says he is no longer interested in pleasing the U.S. He said, I want something in return. The U.S. Federal Reserve banking system is launching its own cash app called FedNow in July. This is a movement toward getting rid of physical money and having digital currency. Also, to keep an eye on y'all money. Just saying. The U.S. dollar is now digital. Chinese yuan has officially replaced the U.S. dollar, becoming the most traded currency in Russia right now. It also surpasses the euro to become Brazil's second largest reserve currency. Ron DeSantis signs a bill that makes Disney the government of Florida. Iran and Iran or Iran, which one? And Russia have agreed to remove U.S. dollar from their trade. The two countries have already connected with one another and are apparently working on a gold stablecoin. Parents and others are making their voices heard right now at the Minnesota Capitol in response to the evil HF 146A bill that would remove children from their parents if one or both of the parents opposes their transgender ideology. What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? Montana becomes the first state to completely ban TikTok on all personal devices. The Memphis Police Department is introducing an 8-officer unit that will arrest unaccompanied minors that sell food, play loud music, are inappropriately dressed, or dancing in the street in downtown Memphis. In local news, in Philly, while this is fresh in my head, at 4th and Rockland, if you live in Philly, 4th and Rockland, a woman just shot her husband. And she was a Muslima. It was crazy. I don't know what was up with that, but that was breaking news right before I jumped on here. A Philadelphia police officer was injured and at least 3 people were arrested after hundreds of teens caused chaos during a flash mob in Center City. That's why they're going to put that, they're going to enforce that curfew. Summertime come around, y'all going to be in the house at a certain time. Y'all keep playing. 2 children dead, 2 firefighters injured in Upper Darby fire. There is a GoFundMe for Eva and Ava Brown Williams, the 2 young girls that died in the fire. Condolences to their family. A toddler in the street in front of a daycare at 600 Bartram Ave in Collingdale, PA. No parents in sight. The only adults out here have kids below the age of 9. And now, because of multiple fights breaking out and people bought guns, they shut the carnival down 3 hours earlier on at 7th and Packer at the South Philly Carnival. Trying to do something nice for these kids, and they just don't appreciate it. They just want to keep on doing crazy stuff that ends up them not having those things anymore. You know how much I would have wanted to be at a carnival or go to a movie theater or go to something that was like so accessible to me. And we had stuff, but it ended up not existing anymore because of stuff that they wanted to change the landscape of the property or whatever. But it had nothing to do with us running it into the ground. Nothing. Our movie theater is at Cheltenham Mall in the arcade. Those y'all that remember, it was around for years. Okay, for years. Can't get these kids nothing. There was a boy found dead in Montgomery County. The missing mother tracked to New Jersey. A woman dies after being shot 5 times in North Philadelphia at 10th and Germantown. Another woman dies after being shot in broad daylight at Dunkin' Donuts in the Cheltenham area. There is a GoFundMe for funeral arrangements for 14-year-old Jal Lohman. Ex-boyfriend arrested in Philadelphia, double stabbing of a woman and 5-year-old. He was 28 years old. His ex-girlfriend was 37. The 5-year-old, he's a suspect. He was arrested. So hopefully we'll see justice very soon. Wrapping it up, autistic Port Richmond teen dropped off at the wrong bus stop, missing for 2 days, but he was found safe because he made his way to his old neighborhood, and a lot of people recognized who he was. And he made it back to his family safe and sound. 13-year-old boy to be charged in the shooting of a 12-year-old girl in Cobbs Creek. And let's end it on a positive note. Electronic Eats, Philly's first gaming food truck, aims to become a platform for the community so you can eat and you can game. Awesome idea. And guys, that was our Hit It and Quit It. Woo, y'all. That was a lot. But we're gonna keep it moving. Real quick, shout out to our sponsor though.
We go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. I go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business.
Drink water and mind my business. All right, y'all. We have a great hot topic tonight. And that is what we're going to get into after I play this.
I'm coming in hot.
Tdtv exclusive, teachers of TikTok, student apathy, and teachers quitting. Let me stop this banner so y'all can see it nice and clear. There you go. Tdtv exclusive, teachers of TikTok, student apathy, teachers quitting. What are we getting into tonight? Well, guys, I have something for you. It is a crazy world. And there's a lot of things going on. So I want to play this clip for you guys. And it's going to take y'all back.
I want all of you to take a good look at these people on the risers behind me. These people have been here up to 5 years and done absolutely nothing. These people are drug dealers and drug users. They have taken up space. They have disrupted the school. They have harassed your teachers. And they have intimidated you. Well, times are about to change. You will not be bothered in Joe Clark's school. These people are incorrigible. And since none of them could graduate anyway, you are all expurgated. You are dismissed. You are out of here forever. I wish you well.
He said, I wish you well. So you see Eastside High, Lean on Me, the movie from 1989, starring Morgan Freeman as the principal, Joe Clark, coming in making some changes. And one of the major things that he did, this was based on a true story, but they said, of course, they didn't have a big assembly like this. And, you know, he dismissed all those people at one time. It made for a great scene, but that's not how it happened. It was a gradual process. It was a process. But nowadays, it seems as if there has to be a purging once again, and I hate using that word because I remember the movie and it's so, but there's so much dysfunction in the classroom nowadays. There's so much going on, and these students are out of control. But it's kind of like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? It's like, were students unruly first, or was it that teachers didn't care at first, and then that caused the students to be unruly, but then the students are unruly, so they cause the teachers to get burnt out and not care? It's like a never-ending cycle, right? But let me just show you guys this real quick. This is truly a different world we are living in today. I recall a few class clowns when I was in school. Let me rewind. I recall a few class clowns when I was in school, disruptive to the process, making it harder for others to learn, but they were quickly dismissed to the principal's office for fine tuning. Some of you guys who are older than I am in the Gen X, you know, y'all remember the paddles. All right. Back then, these class clowns were crying out for help. They probably didn't understand the lesson, and to cope, they cracked jokes. The curriculum has changed over time as well. Went from actually teaching academics and life skills to teaching a test. I remember that transition very well. With that transition came students becoming frustrated because they felt they couldn't teach their classroom how they wanted to. With that transition also came students who started to wonder, why even do classwork and homework if it all boils down to a test? And so it began. Teachers not caring and students not caring. However, teachers were more motivated to being there because it was a job that even if you didn't do well, you still got paid. Students had no other motivation other than getting a diploma and pleasing their parents, maybe going to college. In today's society, you can still achieve success being a high school dropout, not knowing how to read or write. You just need to know how to manage the almighty dollar. So where does that leave our children, the students? It leads them down a road of apathy. Now, you're probably wondering, what is apathy? Apathy is learning. Learning is an expression of indifference, lethargy, or disengagement in the classroom environment. The original Greek word for apathy, apathos, or apathies, can be translated to mean unfeeling. The study by Harper in 1975 shows that apathy not only leads to diminished academic success, but other educational problems such as truancy, vandalism, class cutting, lack of parental participation, and lack of participation in extracurricular activities. One of the reasons given for student apathy is the students' interest in other social activities rather than their studies, that the students have become more friend-centered. Though some do argue that building relationships and socializing is necessary for personal survival. Student apathy primarily concerns the lack of motivation towards their educational efforts. Apathy is an issue that can cripple their success and development of students due to this lack of motivation. The lack of motivation caused by apathy hinders future success. Due to the lack of motivation during grade schooling, a student will have less desire to enroll in post-secondary education. Then, that gives you a little bit of background on apathy and everything like that, student apathy. But like I said, here it goes. What came first, the chicken or the egg? Was it the students having crazy behaviors that caused teachers to burn out and want to quit? Or was it the teachers not caring that led to students not caring and being apathetic? And then now the teachers are feeling more of what they put out there. Sometimes they say the energy you put out there is the energy you're going to get back, right? The energy you put out there is the energy you're going to get back. So if you have teachers that don't care, that just show up just to get a paycheck, their students are going to feel that in a way that they may not think that they're putting out there. They may not come in there and say, well, I'm just here for a check. But those students and how you teach and how you talk to them and how you interact with them shows them that you don't care. Now, what does apathy look like in students?
Touch a bag, man, fat no, we touch shocky. Bitch, I pull up the fuck, no, bitch, I pull up the sexy. Got all young boys in the party, I exit. Fuck, bang her. Touch a bag, man, fat no, we touch shocky. Bitch, I pull up the fuck, no, bitch, I pull up the sexy. Got all young boys in the party, I exit. Fuck, bang her.
So these kids are making TikToks where they take joy in making teachers cry or quit. And I remember being in school and never sitting up there saying, like, I may have not liked the teacher, and I may have said, I can't wait until such and such doesn't work here no more, or I hope she doesn't come in today, you know, because she's a terrible person. I mean, I never really had teachers like that. I would say I was very fortunate in that I didn't have a problem with a lot of teachers, but no, I can't recall one time where I was like, oh, I despise this teacher to the point where I don't want them to ever teach again. And so let me be disruptive enough and cause them enough grief that they're going to want to quit. I also feel like the teachers that I had was not really fazed by that. You know, is it that these teachers today are a little bit softer than teachers that I had back in the day? Is because they keep putting these younger teachers in charge of students that are close to their age. Like, come on now. I understand. You go to school, you and a lot of us millennials, like, I'm gonna just put it out there. I'm 36 years old. I don't look 36. And the way that I wear my hair sometimes, the way that I could possibly be a kindergarten teacher, but don't put me as I couldn't do no high school. I couldn't do high school, y'all. I couldn't do high school. I don't even think I could teach a middle school. It would have to be little kids, because a lot of these kids don't see us as authority. A lot of them feel like they're on the same level as us because they can voice their concerns, which we could not do when we were younger. There was no, oh, you know, we want to get the kids' feedback. It was like we had to tolerate whatever was given to us. Are they being more progressive in allowing students to voice their opinions? Absolutely, because there's some things that really, like, that's why they started having in high school, they had like student council, you know, but it was like organized. But also what they were asking for justice about was like, okay, we were like, well, we want better school lunches, or we want, you know, but it wouldn't be like, well, we think this curriculum that's being taught to us is just out of question and and we think is not conducive to what we are really going to get into later on in life, and blah blah blah. Like, I don't think we was that far advanced to be. I mean, I'm sure it was very educated people back then when I was going to school that would voice their opinion about something like that, but not. It wasn't really a big, because we knew that this was just a chapter in our lives. We knew once we got through this chapter, we was gonna get our diploma, then we was gonna be in the real world, and we was gonna be adulting just like we want to be adults so bad when we kids. We want to be. I can't wait till I'm grown up so I can do this and that. And then when you get grown up, you be like, adulthood is the worst hood I could have ever moved into. It is ghetto. It is unfeeling. It is tragic. It's all of the above. And you get to this point where you're just like, oh my gosh, like I wish I cherished my childhood a lot more. You know, I wish I cherished those days of being in high school a lot more, because once you get in the real world, boo boo, it ain't none of that. Like a lot of these kids, they feel like they don't have any consequences or anything like this. But I think it's really sad that now it's getting to a point where, and like I said, I don't know if it's just are the students. And then here's another thing: are the students getting tougher? Are they more apathetic than usual, or are the teachers not as strong-minded as they were back in the day? Because I remember it used to be teachers that be like, you would get in their face and cuss them out, and they would just look at you like you crazy. Like, are you done? Okay, you can go to the principal's office. And it wouldn't be broken by somebody. And then also, I do realize that kids gang up on adults nowadays. They quick to whip out their phone and egg on the person because they want some good footage to put on social media. Hence the whole thing where they're more friend centered and they're more social media centered, and they want to put out their viral video that would generate a lot of views and somewhat make them money, right? So they egg on the person. They, you know, I remember back in the day, I used to be a class clown, and but it was always that other person to balance everything out. Come on, man, why are you being so hard on the teacher? The teacher just trying to do his job, and of course that person would be the teacher's pet, the person that, oh, you always kissing the teacher's butt and this, that, and the third, blah, 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 blah. And they was the nerd of the class, whatever like that. But there was a balance. Now, because everybody wants to be social media famous and they like whipping out that camera, you got more people on the side of the student egging them on, even if they're being outrageous and just downright disgusting. Did y'all remember that woman that was in the classroom and the girl was in her face, and she took the girl's phone for a reason because of I don't know if she took the girl's phone. I can't remember the whole situation, but it got to the point where the girl was screaming at her face, yelling at her face. And then, she said, okay, you can leave the class. And I think the teacher stepped out of the class, and then the girl went to the door to close the door, and then the teacher came back and opened the door, like pushed the door open, and then they started fighting, and then the teacher ended up with a broken leg, right? So what? Like, how did it even get to this far where a child feels like they can get in the face of a teacher? This is not the only. There's another case where a kid got into a teacher's face, and the teacher was like, not saying anything or whatever. He got all up in the teacher's face and he struck the teacher. The teacher, defended himself, but the teacher got put on suspension. They didn't do anything to the kid. These kids don't have a sense of consequences nowadays. They it's like they can just do whatever because they're afraid of the school's afraid of getting sued or whatever it is. Listen, it's crazy, but I'm gonna show you an instance where a teacher was, kind of forced into quitting.
Sit down somewhere.
Well, I'll sit down somewhere. See, this is why. Yeah, I won't be back.
Oh, well.
I won't be back.
Hurt my feelings.
And people are laughing. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I don't even care if I don't get paid today. I'm just a stupid old white lady. That's all.
Oh, ain't no way I can start this.
Yeah, do whatever you want to do. I don't care. I'm gonna do it anyway.
Whoa.
I'm walking right out the door. I won't ever be back.
that is so sad. That is so sad. I feel bad because that lady probably was doing her best. You know, we don't know the full like because we get these clips and we don't know what transpired before then or what could have possibly happened in the class where she kind of was like, okay, this is it. I'm over it, you know. Um, but I feel bad, like, because sometimes teachers feel that way because there's a lack of consequences for the students. They don't get any support from the board or whatever, the, you know, the people that are the count, not the council. I don't want to say the council, but the administrators board. That's what it is. Like, they don't get any support from them, so they feel lost. They feel helpless. They feel like there's nothing I could do. I can't touch the student because I'm going to go to jail. I can't complain about it because they're going to just tell me to suck it up, and that, you know, as a teacher, I'm supposed to just deal with these type of behaviors. And this is what, but I'm sure when these people do years and years of schooling to become teachers, I wonder if there's actually a class where they're taught to deal with students. And I feel like at this point in time, somebody said this. They said that well, I think it's one of the videos. So I'm gonna let the videos play through, but you know, it could be also drug use. That's these students, they're popping mollies, they're smoking weed at such a young age, they're taking drugs that's making them, that's putting them in a state of I don't give a okay. So when you know that these kids are pretty much always fried, and or they feel like they have to do it just to get through the day, it's like working with a functioning alcoholic. It's like they're there, but they're not all the way there. They'll get stuff done, but they're unfeeling. They don't care. Like, I'm just here. I dealt with this when I was on my job. You know, it was people that they smoke weed, you know, and it was a lack of caring and motivation in doing the job presented to them because they were already in an altered state, and now they're forced to do work. And a lot of these students that show up to school because they're introduced to weed at a young age, and all these things at a young age that's altering their minds at a young, their minds are not even fully developed, and they're already smoking and doing drugs that are altering their mind state. So they're already like in a state of, well, I'm young and I don't really know a lot of things, and then this drug is altering my brain, so I can't even take in any information or knowledge to go further. I remember when I was young, drugs weren't as accessible as they are right now. Right? Kids couldn't just, you know, go and get weed or go and get pills or whatever like that. It was not that easily accessible as it is now. It's crazy because even kids, they can just go into their parents' drawer and pull out some weed. And, you know, there's parents that say, well, heck, they're going to go out there and smoke it anyway. I might as well give them their first hit. It's so many things that's happening from, I hate to say it, from my generation going into this next to Gen Z generation, and then going into Gen Alpha. It's like, it's so many different things that happen. Like, I know I would never want my son to smoke weed. I know that I would never want him to do certain things. But some of these parents that's around my age, that's how they get through the freaking day. They smoke weed early in the morning, as soon as they wake up, wake and bake, just so they can process, just so they can get through the rest of the day. They do it so much that they don't know a day without it. They don't know a day being clear minded. And so your kids, even though you think they're not, picking up what's going on, they very much are. They know when you're in an altered state rather than not being in an altered state. And I think that's sad that a lot of people my age, they have kids and then they're like, so if their kids start smoking weed or whatever like that, they're not too hard on them or anything like that, or they're mad at them, but they really can't say anything because you're doing it. They know you're doing it. So you can't say, oh, well, you can't do it, because they're gonna look at you like, but you do it. And the kids today are more bold and they're more exposed to adult situations than we would like them to be exposed to. Let me jump into this one. This next video is someone talking about I only got a few videos tonight because I want to keep it short and simple tonight. So here's one where a guy is pretty much confronting the whole situation.
I don't see what's funny about making a guy quit his profession. I don't see what's funny that y'all made this man stop losing income for a while. Y'all gonna learn that life is rough. I just turned 24. I graduated 2016. You laughing now. Bet you don't do that to your parents because you get smacked the fuck up. I just don't see what's funny. Even back then, people did that. I didn't see what was funny. Let somebody laugh you out of your job because they're not listening. You're gonna be pissed and no money for a while. Nothing's funny. Somebody need to smack y'all kids up.
That's very much true. I feel like a lot of these kids are just on some tear right now. But like I said, is it because they just want to be, or is it because they're in an altered state because they're smoking weed, popping mollies, drinking Four Loko, indulging in all these adult behaviors at such a young age that's making them go to school in these altered states and not care about what's going on in class. They don't care about nothing. And then we also got to realize like what they're seeing on TV, what they're taking in about people who are educated, the images that are presented to them of people that are educated versus people who are not educated. There's people that are not book smart, but they make millions of dollars. Floyd Mayweather. People like, oh, well, he's a boxer and he don't even read, and 50 Cent making fun of him and all these different things, but he got money. And that's what people are just more pressed about. They're like, oh, well, he got a lot of money and he famous and he ain't have to finish school and he ain't have to get a college degree. Kanye West did a whole album, College Dropout. What was that saying to a lot of people's psyche? Was that something that was permeating in the air, and then it kind of seeped into people's brains like, you know what? Because I know for a fact you don't really have to graduate college to be successful. You can get a good job. You can get, it's a lot of things that can happen. It does not hinge on you having a college degree. But the thirst to learn should always be there. Even if you don't desire to go to college or don't desire to get a degree, if there's something that interests you, that you want to do with your life, and you have to learn how to achieve that goal, you must have a thirst to learn what you need to learn to get to that next level. But what we're seeing is that there's not even a thirst to learn anything anymore. It's not even a thirst to, there's nobody excited about learning anymore. Y'all remember Lisa Simpson from Off the Simpsons? She always wanted to learn. She always had a thirst for learning. And yeah, it was a very funny cartoon. There was a lot of things going on, but she was kind of like the rock. All right. She was kind of like the symbol of common sense and dignity and learning and all this stuff, and she made wanting to learn fun, and it was, and she was that anchor character that even though it was a whole bunch of madness going on around them, she was able to be like the reasonable one, smart one. Same thing with Scooby-Doo. You had Velma. Velma was like the anchor. She was the one that was smart. They had, you know, even though her friends was doing some crazy stuff, you know, Fred was doing his own thing, Daphne was doing his own thing, you know, her own thing. And Velma was the one that kind of like grounded everybody, right? We're missing that in our classrooms because those people that are able to ground people in the classroom settings, other students that may be able to ground the other students, they're afraid to, because they're afraid of being ridiculed or talked about type of ways and being bullied. And we don't want that. We don't want our kids to be bullied for being smart and being grounded and everything like that. I mean, it happened to me in school, but these students today are different and the teachers today are different. Do I think that there should be a teachers of TikTok where these teachers are going on and talking about, I mean, it brings a lot of light to the situation. You know, maybe if enough of them do it, something will change. But at the same time, it's like TikTok was supposed to be for the kids, something fun, and now it's being used to air grievances. And these are a few teachers that use it. I'm just going to play them back to back. Here we go.
Teachers deserve better. One of the biggest reasons I decided to leave teaching was because of student behaviors. Year after year, the intensity and frequency of behaviors is escalating, and it's borderline out of control. You know what? It is out of control. I wish I could say what happened to that teacher in Virginia is surprising, but it's not. And if you're a teacher, I guarantee you weren't surprised either. Our teachers deserve better.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the teacher in Virginia that was shot by a 6-year-old. Yeah, that was unfortunate. But to say that was a product of like student apathy or student behavior, no, it was just a child that had a gun that shouldn't have had a gun and brought it to school and shot the teacher. Yeah, but
Today, it's not behaviors that are causing teachers to leave, it's apathy. The kids of today are not motivated at all, even doing a fun book study, like they don't care. What's worse about not caring about their work is they don't care about consequences. They don't care if they get in trouble. They don't care if they get in school suspension. They don't care if you call their parents. How do you battle that? You can't. There's nothing more draining than consistently battling is apathy. It's like you're fighting against a unmovable wall. It's just so draining and disheartening when you're putting your heart and soul into something for like hardly any care. Like you can focus on the kids that care, but man, it's apathy. It really is.
absolutely, apathy is getting out of control. And when she said that they don't care about assignments, they don't care about nothing, is definitely there. But like I said again, are you dealing with student apathy, or are you dealing with students who are in an altered state? We don't know. It seemed like after the pandemic, it went on a rise, because here we are, we had students out of school for a long time, no human interaction, pretty much staring at a Zoom screen, just trying to do what they can to get to the next grade or to graduate. And then there's no transition type of anything. and they're back in school. And did we think this transition was going to be easy peasy? I don't know. Maybe it was some kids that was happy because they was like, finally, I get to go back to school, be with my friends. Exactly, be with their friends. Not, oh, going back to school to learn and do our studies and, you know, get in touch with our teachers. No, that was the furthest thing from their minds. So now it's like, I don't really care about all this because, you know, I just want to be around my friends. I just want to socialize and be around my friends. I don't really care about the studies too much. I just want to be with my friends. Here's another video.
Listen, there are a lot of reasons that teachers are leaving the profession right now. Between pandemic teaching, not being treated like professionals, the lack of pay, and just the expectations that they are going to do it all and then some, it is absolutely no wonder that teachers are leaving the profession. But there is one reason that teachers are leaving that is not talked about in the news or by administration. And that reason is student behavior. Student behavior and the lack of consequences for that behavior is a huge problem right now. And the reason that a lot of teachers are continuing to leave this profession. Just add that to the list of things that need to be addressed and fixed now.
Here's another reason why teachers are quitting right now. There are no consequences for students. In the state that I teach in, we can't even legally give somebody a detention anymore. I mean, I've had students in the past that have used the N-word, have drawn swastikas and done like little Nazi salutes in class and stuff like that, and they don't do anything about that. It seems like the only thing that kids have any consequence for these days is if they do drugs at school, or they come to school under the influence of drugs or alcohol, or if they get in a fight. This is why teachers are quitting, because you can't punish them anymore, like legally. It's against the law. You can't give them detention. This is what we're dealing with.
And like I said again, like, is it the kids are just incorrigible now? Like they are just so bad off that no teacher can come in there. There's no Joe Clark to the rescue. You know what I'm saying? Or is it just our teachers are a lot softer than before? Like in helping students be more in tune with their emotions and their feelings and everything like that, teachers are also getting, being in touch with their emotions and their feelings, right? And so they're a lot more emotional than the teachers that I used to have back in the day. I'm sure there was teachers that went through a lot of crap. Like my teacher, Miss Frazier, God rest her soul. Not only was she dealing with coming into school and teaching us, she also had to deal with the fact that she had to take care of her parents, while trying to be there at school. Then she had the principal on her back because it might be some days that she would come in late and not be there on time because she had to handle some things at home. But what I will say is that going to girls' high, I never was in a class where the teachers had to go through a whole lot just to get us to be quiet or be respectful, or we didn't have to, I don't remember having to ever go through that. I don't remember a teacher ever having to be on some, please listen to me, please listen to me, please listen to me. I don't remember that. But here's another teacher that wanted to talk about his experience.
I'm in my 19th year as a teacher. I love teaching and I'm very good at it, which is why it breaks my heart to say that I updated my resume for the first time in 19 years because I'm not sure I can do this for much longer, financially, emotionally, and mentally. It's breaking me, and I know so many teachers can relate. And the sad thing is, I always dreamed of being a teacher. So many teachers dreamed of becoming teachers. So what does it say about society and the education system when you have people who are doing their dream job and are choosing to leave it because they can't do it much longer? And this is not complaining. Something has to happen. This pandemic has exacerbated and exposed so many things that teachers are dealing with: the lack of resources, the lack of support, the lack of pay, the impossible expectations that we meet because we care so much about our students. And it's mentally and emotionally breaking us. If things do not change, the system is going to come crumbling down. I do not want to leave teaching, but I have one leg out because I don't know if I can do it. And I know so many teachers are in the same position. And I don't want us to lose every teacher. I don't want students to lose amazing people in their lives because the system and society just doesn't care and doesn't provide us with what we need. So please, please, please consider supporting your teachers in your schools. We need the support now more than anything else. We need a livable wage. We need the resources. We just need to know that people are invested in us and our schools as much as we invest in our students.
He had a lot of good points in there. He did not mention the whole thing with student apathy or student behaviors, but you could tell like he'd been through a lot of stuff with the whole thing that he was kind of like, Dad, you know, this is crazy. Like, I really care about my students. They was already dealing with a lack of pay, a lack of respect as professionals and as educators. And even, you know, it's crazy because when I watched this show, Never Have I Ever, right? And it's a girl named Davy that's on there, but she has this teacher, right? And her teacher meets her cousin, and they kind of click, you know, they click. And but when they start dating, it's like the grandmom, she, how can I say this? She was not thrilled that he was a teacher. They are Indian, and you know, the goal when they're marrying off their daughters or their granddaughters, you know, is to marry them off to someone who has a very wealthy profession. And she already knew, him being a teacher, he was not making the money that would put them in a good position. And it's crazy because it's like, you would think that the grandma would want someone in the family that already knows the family. Like, he already knew Davy. They was real cool. You know, he's like the perfect guy, you know, except for the fact that he's a teacher. And it's crazy how teaching is not up there. Like, these are people that are with our kids all the time. They are responsible for educating them and being there for them when in place of us in the school setting, right? But they're not getting the wages that they should get. Meanwhile, this doctor that sees us once in a blue moon, you know, when we decide to go to the doctors, is getting paid this crazy amount of money, you know. But these educators that deal with our children on a regular basis are not getting paid what they're worth. Then on top of that, they have to deal with all these different issues, and on top of that, student behavior. So it's like, I totally get why teachers would be burnt out, you know. I think taking the TikTok to talk about, quitting and all this stuff, or I'm about to quit and all this stuff, I think that's a little extreme. But we have to realize what kind of era we are in right now. We are in the social media era, okay? And everything is put on social media. Everything. It's, okay, so it's like I'm taking a poop right now. I'm gonna, go live while I'm taking a poop. Like, this is something that we need to see. This is something that needs to be put on social media. This is something that always has to. It's crazy. It's crazy. But listen, if they feel like this big movement is going to take them to the next level, so be it. I got 2 more videos for y'all, then I'm going to wrap up the hot topic for the night. This is a young lady that empathizes not only with the teachers, but also with the students.
So I recently saw a video about the reason why teachers are quitting is because of student apathy. And I've seen all the subsequent hate that person has been getting for saying those things. People are saying, students are a product of a broken system. Just like teachers are over it, students are over it. And those are very valid points, and I agree. But I think one of the biggest things I learned from teaching for an entire year is that I learned to see things a little bit less black and white and understand more that everything is gray. Because yeah, student apathy is a big problem and it impacts how teachers function. Getting students to listen for 2 minutes so you can explain directions is literally like pulling teeth, and it makes you feel crazy. You beg them for your attention. You beg them for these things. You tell them where the resources are. You have everything on the board, and you get 15 hands raised asking, what are we doing? What da 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 da. And it's so frustrating and exhausting. And don't get me wrong, I don't think that's the only thing wrong with education, but I do think that is part of the reason that teachers are leaving. And teachers can complain about student apathy without thinking that their students are just lazy pieces of shit. Because yeah, we're all tired of this broken system that is the American education system. Students being apathetic towards going to school when there's so many bigger issues happening in the world, that makes sense. And that can simultaneously coexist with the fact that it's exhausting for teachers to feel that. Because if you love your students, you know that negative behaviors that they exhibit do not make them a bad person. That doesn't make it any less difficult to deal with. Another way this is super prevalent is students who show manipulative behaviors. If before I went into education, you would have described someone to me as manipulative, I would have thought negative things, I would have thought they're a bad person. And sometimes in adults, that's definitely just the case. A lot of times in students, they manipulate people in their lives to get their needs met. It's not them being bad kids, it's them being smart and utilizing survival strategies. They learn to play the system to keep themselves safe and getting their needs met when they can't get it other ways. And so I had students who were manipulative because of their trauma, but I also loved them and I also cared about them, and I also saw that behavior was not a result of them being a bad kid or a bad student, but just a result of their environment. It is the same thing with this whole apathy thing. We can recognize the fact that student apathy is so draining for teachers, and we can recognize that there is a reason that students are apathetic, and there is a reason that students don't have the energy to put into their education anymore. And it's really hard to pack all of that nuance into a 3-minute video while you're frustrated and you're burnt out and you're just wanting someone to listen to you. 99% of the time, there's going to be a better, more articulate way that you can say something. When you are tired and you are overworked and you are also a product of a very, very, very broken system, you put something online just to vent, whether or not it sounds exactly how you want it to or not. I don't necessarily think that you should be greeted by this massive hate smear campaign. Because at the end of the day, the students are not the enemy, the teachers are not the enemy, the broken U.S. education system is the enemy.
And she is absolutely right. And I'm going to go into this last video, and then we're going to wrap up the hot topic.
Taking a class to how to deal with children. You have to look.
I know she is not excusing this child jumping on this teacher and breaking her leg. Now, I'm going to be honest now. There are some teachers who have some very smart mouths. But at no time should a child jump on their teacher. That's why parents need to talk to their kids and make sure they know what's going on at school. Because I question my kids. And my oldest daughter, she used to have a teacher who used to get smart with her. She kept me informed about their teacher. But my daughter had sense enough to not go to school and try and jump on her teacher. That's not acceptable. If a child is going to school feeling like it's okay to talk to a teacher any kind of way and feeling like it's okay to hit a teacher, That's a parenting problem, not a teacher problem. Let the parents handle the teachers.
And with that, that wraps up my hot topic. I hope that y'all got a lot of, information from it. I try my best. I try my best. So I just want to make sure that y'all got what y'all needed out of the topic. If you know any teachers, and or if you're a parent of a student and listen, always leave that open line of communication. My son goes to school. I make it a point to, greet the teachers, talk to the teachers, get reports, make sure that I know what's going on with my son. A lot of teachers, they're uncaring about what was going on with their kids, and it's crazy to me because it's like, how could you send them off to school or send her off to school and not know what's going on in the class, not know the teachers' names or anything like that, but you're entrusting these people to be with your child for, 8 hours out of the day? Them 8 hours be flying, I ain't gonna lie. But you're trusting these people with your child and you don't bother to even learn those. So I think we need to get PTA back together. We need to come together, find out what the issue is, address the issue, and come up with solutions. This is to open up a dialogue. So, like I said, I thank you guys for listening tonight, and I hope this info has helped someone, and that concludes our hot topic.
I'm coming in hot.
All right. Moving on, we're going into our next section, which is our music discussion. But first, a word from our sponsor.
I go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. I go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business.
I'm sorry. Hello. Okay, so today's music discussion, I actually have it right here. Are the music fans today more invested in the music or personal life of artists? Are the music fans today more invested in the music or personal life of the artist? Well, let's go. I guess the question really is, are artists' personal lives more on display than their music? Times I love social media, and other times not so much, especially when it comes to today's artists and even artists of the past. Reality shows, Instagram beefs, Twitter beefs. I am so done. So engrossed in the person or people, we forget the artist in the artistry. All right, from R. Kelly to Escape to who else? I don't know. But every time I hear of a new artist, there's some type of drama attached to them. But wait, Lashia, let's be fair. Sometimes that's all the media shows us, and we wait for new artists to be introduced to us rather than look for who's hot in the music industry. Listen, I don't got time to be researching no new artists, but you would take time to look up the headlines. Good one. So, what makes an artist trend nowadays? Is it the music? For some artists, that is the case. Beyonce, Silk Sonic, Jasmine Sullivan, her. Or is it the drama? Sam Smith, Doja Cat, it used to be the music, but Doja Cat, Meg Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez, I'm just kidding, Lanes. What was the last hot track Meg Thee Stallion put out? I'll wait. No shade to any of these artists, but I feel like lately, whenever I hear of any artist, it's rarely about the music. It's rarely about the music. It's always about some type of drama. And do you want to say get your life? I mean, I'll pull up a nice piping hot cup of tea made with my Euphoria water, and tune into the foolishness. But at the same time, where's the music? Where's the music? Where's the music that we can dance to, we can groove to, that we can vibe to? Where is the music that would get us through a breakup, get us through a makeup, get us through life? Are we more invested into the personal life of an artist nowadays? I think we're just seeing it a lot more. And what happens is that when you're exposed to a lot of different things, or when certain things are exploited and shown to us, it seems like that's the only thing that we know of. Let me jump into these comments because I haven't gone to the comments all show. We have Chubala Farrer in the building saying, welcome to Think Different TV. He hashtag Tdtv. That means he shared. Q Smooth says, hi. What's up, Q Smooth? So, yeah. So what exactly are we more invested in? Are we invested in the music, or are we invested in the drama? That's a question that you should ask yourself. When you're up here worried about all these different artists that's out and everything like that, are you invested in their personal life or the music? Why do you find yourself talking about Jasmine Sullivan? Is it because of her beautiful voice, because of her tracks, or is it because you know what? Jasmine Sullivan don't really have a lot of drama. And that's another thing. As an artist, you do also have the responsibility of kind of keeping your nose clean and just doing what you're supposed to do, which is produce great music and be an awesome performer. If that's your job, if that's what you chose as a career, that's what you should be doing. I think a lot of these artists get caught up in their party life, and then it takes over everything that they got going on. It's very sad because Meg Thee Stallion was not only a Grammy Award winning artist, but she also got her degree. She's doing all these great things. But what turned everything around was the whole Tory Lanez case. And then you have a lot of people not dealing with her on a personal basis, and it's causing her music to suffer. So I don't know, guys. I just put it out there. Are we more invested in the artist's personal life or in their actual music? I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments. But as we go on, I'm going to go to the next part of the show. But definitely leave them comments below and let me know how you feel about the music discussion for tonight. Are we more invested in an artist's personal life or their music? Give you all a chance to ponder over that. All right. Now, we're going to go into our financial tip, which I'm excited to go into tonight. Gonna make it short and sweet to the point. There we go. All right. I always like to call it, to all the people that are new to the show, hello, how are you? Thank you so much for tuning in to Think Different TV, where minds meet. I am your host, Lashia. You can see it right over there in the corner. And if the camera is reversed this way, I feel like I gotta go this and go there because wherever you see it on the screen, You can find me on IG under Lashia Star. That's LASHIASTAR. And you can also find Think Different TV on IG under Think Different TV LLC, because Think Different TV is an LLC. And also you can find me on Twitch, Think Different TV. Make sure you follow me on there. There's a lot of different avenues that you can find me. So find me. So I call it my financial tip because I'm a financial advisor, not a bad advisor, financial coach. Ooh, I'm about to get in trouble. I'm not an advisor because I'm not licensed to that degree yet. Now I don't want to get in trouble with my words. So I am not a financial advisor. I am a financial coach. So I'm a financial coach in that I help people get their finances in order as far as finding out what they bring in, what leaves, how they can make cutbacks to fit everything in their budget, get budgets together, and also providing them with their financial foundation, which is income protection. So I call it financial because I like to bring the fun to it. I feel like when you're just talking finances, you just get real preachy and then people get turned off. But I have a really dope question that I want to put out there tonight, and here it is. So here's the financial discussion. The one bringing in the income should make all the financial decisions. Thoughts? Again, the one bringing in the income should make all the financial decisions. Now, I had to put it in a way that I could answer this. And it says, should the person not bringing in the money have a say in the finances? Because I got to do it the opposite way. All right. But far be it for me to tell people how to run their households. In some households, one may bring in all the money and take care of the finances. In others, one may bring in all the money, but the partner takes care of the finances. When it comes down to it, the aim is to have the person who is better with money management manage the money. If there is a case where neither one is good at money management, a financial advisor should be tagged in, or financial coach. If both are pretty solid at money management, delegation is in order, meaning that you take care of these bills, I take care of these bills. To be honest, money management can be a tedious job, and an all-day one at that. Sometimes the one making the money may be too mentally and physically drained to handle the finances. So it's great to have a partner whose focus is that solely. Should your partner be in the dark if they are not handling the finances? Absolutely not. It would be ideal to have a monthly money meeting. So there is a meeting of the minds and an avoidance of mismanaging money. Try to say that 5 times fast, but let me say that again. Should your partner be in the dark if they are not handling the finances? Absolutely not. It would be ideal to have a monthly money meeting. So there is a meeting of the minds and an avoidance of mismanaging money. And that's my financial tip for the night, guys. I hope that helps someone. Again, whoever is good at handling the money management should be the one managing the money. I'm telling you, there's some different things going on. How people run their households is how they run their households. You get what I'm saying? And you can't walk up into somebody's household and be like, well, how she got to say in what you gonna spend money on when she don't work? Or how does he have a say on if he don't work and he don't bring in no money? You never know how people got their whole thing set up. And that's an issue that I had with a lot of people, because they be just assuming things, and they think that they can say stuff about people's situations, and they're like, that doesn't make sense. How could you be married and and your husband makes all the money, but you make all the financial decisions? Like, how is that possible? Easy, because that's the understanding that they had. And like I said, money management is a tedious job and an all day one at that. She might be at home racking her brain trying to figure out how we're going to make this work, how we're going to make that work, how we're going to do that. You can't, I'm sorry, working a job and then trying to manage my finances, I get a little flustered sometimes. And I do wish I had somebody that could be there to handle all the financial stuff, because learning how much money I'm bringing in, how much is going out, and what I can afford this month, what I can't afford this month, and this and the third, it's a lot. It's a lot. So if you have that partner that you trust, they really know how to deal with finances and everything like that, and you just want to go and make the money and you want them to take care of the money management, that is what you choose to do. And it should not be frowned upon by anybody who doesn't live in your household, who don't know what's going on in your household, and don't have no say in your household. Okay? So that was my financial tip for tonight. All right. So we're coming to the end of everything. We're going to be doing the Jeopardy for tonight, which I'm super excited about, because none of y'all know what this Jeopardy is going to be about. And I do. So this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. But before we go into our Jeopardy, let's get a word from our sponsor.
Hey guys, Lashia here from Think Different TV, which is every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Shout out to my Tdtv fam all over the country. And I have a Tdtv exclusive for you concerning my sponsor, Euphoria Water. Euphoria Water is the cleanest, healthiest water in Philly, alkaline with minerals, no chemicals, no additives. It is good and good for you. If you're going to hydrate the right way. Get your Euphoria Water today. You can find Euphoria Water on IG under Euphoria Water. That's UPHORIAWATER. And if you live in the Philadelphia area and want Euphoria Water delivered to your home, contact Captain at 267-707-8279. And why are we in my bathroom? Well, I want to show you my new Euphoria Water shower head. There you go. It's so bright and shiny and beautiful. It took me literally seconds to set up. I just unscrewed my old one and screwed this one on. It has several different settings. You can get the jet setting. You can do the regular shower setting. It is amazing. And also to know that I have the purest water hit my body is the greatest feeling. So make sure you make this investment, because I am so happy that I made this investment. Call Captain at 267-707-8279 to put in that order, or you can hit them up on Euphoria Water on IG. I'm telling you, it's the best investment, the best thing I ever did.
Oh, snap. Here we go. This is our Jeopardy for tonight. Friday series Jeopardy. Oh, man. I am excited. And I am so excited. I forgot to even put the link in the daggone thing. So I'm going to do that right now. Put it in the comments. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me post this comment right now. Make sure y'all can get in. There we go. There we go. Okay. We are vibing. We are rocking out right now. So, we have questions from Friday, next Friday, and Friday after next. There is only 12 questions. There's only 12 questions, and there's a final Jeopardy. So, like I said, I'm really super excited, because I know that I have some guys that normally tune in and join into the show. And so I am one is already backstage. Let me see. Try is already backstage. Okay. I'm ready. I'm so hyped about this. I'm so hyped. I guarantee these not gonna all be easy peasy. They not gonna all be easy peasy. I'm just saying, y'all gonna be in for a rude awakening tonight, because y'all gonna be like, dang, like that was harder than I thought it would be. I'm just waiting on the other contestant to come on. Oh, let me explain the rules of the Jeopardy to people that are just tuning in for the first time. And my regulars, hey, y'all already know how this goes down, but let me go through the rules really quickly. So Tdtv Jeopardy moves as follows. So every question, well, every answer, you have to answer in the form of a question. All right. So if I say the color of the sky is this, you must answer what is blue. If you do not answer in the form of a question, it will be wrong. Even if you're right, it will be wrong. And don't give your other competitor a chance to steal from you because you don't answer in the form of a question. It's just crazy to me. There is $20 cash app on the line tonight for the winner. So if you are bold and you would like to join in, like I said, the link is in the comments. You can come on in, my friend, and compete for the chance to win $20 cash app. Every week is a different topic, so you never know what the topic is going to be. Never know what the topic's going to be. It's something new that I'm trying, because I realized by putting a topic out there, people could research before getting on the show and cheat. I'm not saying that has happened, but I just want to make sure that everybody has an equal playing field. All right. So right now we have Try backstage. So let's chat it up with Try until another competitor comes in. What's up, Try?
It's good.
What's up? What's up? What's up? How are you liking the show so far?
That's good. It's good.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
So do you think, because you're like my music person, that I go to. So do you believe that people are more invested in the personal life of an artist rather than the music itself?
Yeah. I mean, especially nowadays with social media, people want to know, who you talking to, who you sleeping with. They want to know what you eating for breakfast. And I think it's having social media, it was more it's more intimate, and you get to know that artist on a more personal level than compared to like 30 years ago.
Now, do you think that is a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it depends on the person. Like, if the artist is, likes the attention, they're gonna, go all out and please their fans and 24/7. If the artist is kind of subdued and stays to themselves, they might not want their business out there like that. Like, they don't need to see everything that I'm doing with my family and friends and stuff like that. So
I think the thing that was wrong for me, other than artists, if we went away from the music thing, the thing that social media ruined for me is wrestling.
Wrestling?
Yeah.
Why
Even though we already knew back in the day, it was not real.
Right.
Social media didn't kill a lot of the mystique about.
Yeah.
You know, we really thought that Rock and Austin hated each other.
Right.
You know, there was no pictures of them having Terramana in their hands or toasting the beer.
Right.
And even if we saw them toasting the beer in the middle of the ring, we knew somebody was going to either rock bottom or stun the other. Like, it's like, this is not
Right.
a feel good moment right now. Something's going to happen.
But you still have artists that, I mean, you still have wrestlers that they had like behind the scenes, they were still feuding with each other. But that, I mean, like the real life does come into play with, you know, they grew up and how they be wrestler, and you know, I think storylines now than it was back in the 80s.
Yeah, I just, you know, it was like when it's like certain storylines that they try to work up because they know that either this is a match that people been looking for years or whatever. And so they put these two people in the ring that don't have no real beef with each other, or, you know, I respect them so much as a wrestler and as a fellow professional. That nobody want to hear that. I want to see somebody get their head knocked off. Like, what you talk about? Like, I respect them and all this stuff behind the scenes. So now when we see y'all wrestling in the ring, we know y'all just for play. Like, this is, you know, we respect each other so much. We, you know, we make sure. It's just so much back in the day, Attitude Era. We didn't see a lot of wrestlers engaging with one another behind the scenes. Like everything was everything was WWEF, whatever, the show all the time. They was always in character when they was around their fans, you know.
Right.
And there might have been times where, you know, wrestlers was pushed to the limit. There was a situation where Chris Jericho, you know, was trying to get into his limo and people was trying to rush him and everything like that. He turned around and started swinging on people. And they're like, oh my gosh, you hit a woman. But like, that woman shouldn't be trying to rush, you know, Chris Jericho when he's trying to get in his limo. Like, that was crazy to me. But other than that, you know, we never saw no smoozing backstage. You know, we would see Stephanie and Triple H. We knew Stephanie and Triple H after a while was married in real life, but they still didn't show us their family life at home. They still didn't, you know, we wasn't watching MTV Cribs and going into the crib of you know. Now I understand how it can help some artists, like you said, it does help some artists that may have they may have great music, but they're not really, you can't really connect to them.
Right.
So yeah, they would use social media as a tool to kind of like help people get to know them on a more personal level, like you said, and that helps boost their music sales. But this is positive. But like, a lot of artists are on reality shows, like the whole thing with Escape, and they putting all their business out there. And I was like, I could have went my whole life not knowing all the drama associated with Escape. But for some reason, they felt the need to put it all out there. And it's like every week something is popping up. And then you're like, come on now. Are y'all going to release a new album? Are y'all going on tour? You know, is there a new song coming out? What is this building up towards? And it's just not, it's building up to nothing. It's just drama.
I think it's, but you know, a lot of those reality shows, especially for the R&B groups, it is a promotional, you know, tool to like either they got a tour coming out or they got a new album coming out or a clothing line or something. Just doing it just to do the real it's entertaining so people can watch it.
I mean, I think that's rotten though. I think it's rotten though. They did have a reality TV show where they were preparing to go on tour, and it's supposed to be SWV and Escape and this whole thing, and then apparently there, but I'm like, hey, like I just don't like seeing artists that I grew up listening to in that light, being so catty and so, you know, these are supposed to be black women, you know, lifting one another.
Right.
And it's just like every time I turn around, they dogging one another.
Yeah.
Like Candy got something against Latasha. Latasha got something against Tamika and Candy. Tiny just like, I'm just here. You know, like you know, Coco is beefing with who's she beefing with? She beefing with, I think it was Tamika. She beefing with Tamika. Latasha beefing with her own sister. So whoever's against her sister, she's with. It's like, come on now. Like, I don't want to see y'all doing all this stuff.
I agree. But I mean, for years we knew about, you know, I knew about, you know, the whole beef with Latasha and Candy, them fighting for being the leader of the group, and then, you know, Candy had that relationship with Jermaine Dupri. It messed up the group. Latasha went to go out solo on her own, so we knew about that for years. But I think they're bringing it now to this reality show where people that don't know can see it and still be like, well, I still love. I love both groups. I've seen SWV live in concert. They were great. I never saw Escape. I've always wanted to. They're a great R&B group, and I think it's just another platform to where their fan base can get to know them on a personal level.
But do we need to though? I think at this point I think they're doing it for the young kids, because they know that the young kids, Generation Z, Generation Alpha, that they will only be entertained if there was some type of drama going on.
Yeah.
It will only, but me being a millennial and you being part of the solid generation, we're not trying to hear.
Like how you do that in here.
So no, you part of Gen X. But we're not trying to hear all the drama. We just want to hear the music. We like, y'all doing a concert. How can we get to the concert? We the one with the money. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So you should really cater to us.
And also, like the generation coming up now, a lot of our artists from back in the day, they know them from reality shows like Flavor Flav with Flavor of Love. You know, they might, you know, see they might have seen, like, you know, Cardi B was on Love and Hip Hop. A lot of people forget that. And she's a huge rap star now. So I think the generation coming up, they were raised on reality shows. So when they see Escape and SWV, they might see them on a reality show. That might want to make them go back and check out their music on Apple streaming or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And again, I think to stay relevant, you got to go with the times. And I think that's what they're doing. But at the same time, for the day ones like myself, if we grew up on their music and there was no, you know, internet, there was no social media back then. So it's like, you know, do you really want to see it? Or, you know, I think it's up to the person if they like to see that type of, you know, drama, that they're going to tune in. If not, they're just going to stay with their music.
And, you know, I don't know if you're from, you know, Tammy Roman, right?
Yeah.
And she actually was on The Real World.
Yeah, I remember that.
The very first season of Real World, right?
San Francisco.
And but a lot of people forget that she was also an amazing singer,
right,
and rapper,
right,
in a group, you know, and she was so talented, and they actually showed, you know, her performing on the show.
Yeah.
But she got burnt out a lot, you know, with her relationship and everything, and smoking them cigarettes. Lord child, like she didn't even got the voice that she had before. You know, it's very raspy. Is, you know, she can't even, you know, and it's upsetting. But a lot of people just know her from Basketball Wives.
Right.
You know,
I mean, like again, growing up watching basketball, we knew that her baby daddy was Kenny Smith. What's his name? Not Kenny Smith. I forgot dude's name. But he used to play for the Nets, and that was a big thing in the media at that time, that he was, she was dating him, and then he cheated on her and had a baby with Spinderella from Salt and Pepper, and so we know about that back then, and this is before social media. But I think like
I
being
didn't know all that.
yeah, well, I mean, we knew that
You
back
done
then.
told
Like
me
that was
something, because
yeah, that
I'm
was
like,
a thing. That was a thing back then. Like he cheated on her with Spinderella and had a kid with Spinderella. And I think she talked about that on Basketball Wives. Like I think she mentioned that. But like people that watch like the Real World, like I used to watch different seasons. I remember her from the San Francisco season, and she had issues on there with David, one of the roommates, and other roommates, and then she went to Basketball Wives. So people have been following her, and they know how she is. So I think again, it's like another platform for her brand.
you know who social media kind of hurt. It didn't do a lot of damage, but it hurt Alicia Keys when she started dating Swiss Beats.
Right.
You know, me, I'm just a lover of her music and of her artistry, and the way they tried to smear her, like, oh yeah, she was dating Swiss Beats when he was with
Mashonda, yeah.
Mashonda.
Mm-hmm.
And she a home wrecker and this, that, and the third, and about to try to spin this narrative. And it's like, okay, even if that was the case, why is she getting the brunt from it, but y'all still on Swiss Beats ding-a-ling? Like,
right.
Y'all not coming at him no type of way. And I'm like, that's so unfair, because all she did was love a guy and they ended up together and getting married and having kids. That's and I was like,
Right.
that's crazy to me, because
now I was saying, like, I think when that happened, people was looking at her like she's a home wrecker because you're messing with a married man. She know the situation, and even though it was his fault too, but for some reason I think she was getting more of the blame. Like, why is she even talking to Swiss Beats and he's married to Mashonda? So I didn't understand that. I just felt like maybe that was just a lot of haters that didn't like her or whatever.
I think it's unfair because he, they already knew each other from working with each other a long time ago.
Right.
It's not like they just met each other. Like, this is years that they've known each other. But yeah, it's just making me see a lot of people in a different light. The whole Marcus Houston thing with him and his wife.
Right.
The possible grooming, all the things behind the scenes with B2K that I could have went my whole life without knowing. Because of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. It's just a lot. Like it just, like Lil Fizz, like I don't even like Lil Fizz. The crazy thing is that I was in love with all of them. I ain't had no problem with none of them. Then I watch him on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood being a total dummy, and I'm like, yo, this dude is, he's a human being, but like he's a trifling human being, and that's crazy because I didn't think it would affect me as much, but I'm really like, yo, if I see that dude, I'll probably go the other way. I wouldn't want no autograph, no nothing. Like they're like, oh, that's Lil Fizz over there, okay, and I'm gonna continue drinking my drink.
Because you're a real fan, so it's gonna hit you. It's gonna affect you differently than somebody that don't really know them. Like, okay, like the thing with Chris Rock and Will Smith. I actually met both of them in person. So
oh, you did?
Yes, I have. I've met Chris Rock back in '91, and I met Will Smith in 2006 with
I keep forgetting how old you are. Yeah, okay.
Yes, with Jada Pinkett and the family. They the kids was with them, and the thing is, like, it was messed up what Will did, but I wasn't bashing them, like, you know, what happens in their marriage is went public. It's unfortunate, but that's something that they got to deal with on their own. I don't think no matter what the public say about it, they're gonna care. Like, that's between them. So I felt like the people were so invested in that, and it's, you know, rightfully so, because they might have grew up with on, you know, Will Smith, you know, music with Jazzy Jeff, you know, or watching Bel Air. You know, I know I did. You know what I'm saying? So you know, it was kind of like, it was weird, because I'm like, yo, like, I met both of these people in person and they were so kind to us. But you see what happened on at the Oscars last year, and I was like, yo, that was messed up.
Yeah, I definitely just replayed an episode of my first season. It was actually episode 13. This is episode 13 of this season.
Right.
But I played that and I was like, oh yeah, I did talk about the slap, because it was all like at the beginning of April. Everything happened at the beginning of April, and I was like, wow, you know, Aries season full effect. Like, like that energy is rubbing off on people. Yeah, like, you know, because we have Chris Rock, who is an Aquarius, and then you got Will, who is a Virgo, and you're like, how y'all beefing?
Yeah,
because that's like, for me being in a conversation with a Virgo, I love it, because they, you know, we can talk for hours and hours. Actually, I'm not even gonna lie, I met a wonderful lady named Regina, and she is amazing. She'll be joining me on the show next week, and we were on the phone for like 4.5 hours just talking. And she, the thing also is that my mom is a Virgo too, and I find myself sometimes being on the phone with my mom for hours and hours and hours too. You know, because we always find something, piggyback off of this, that, and the third, and we know how to transition real good, and then still come back to the original topic that we was talking about, and it's just so refreshing. So I'm like, I'm sure these two men have sat and had conversations together, and had dinner together. And I think it's really sad that they could not have a conversation, you know, why did it get that bad? So that's what I talked about on that episode. If y'all want to go and check out episode 13 of season 1, the title was "It Takes a Village to Raise a Child," or does it? Definitely check that out. I replayed it last week. But it looked like our other guest is in the room. Reg is here. It took him forever in a day, but he is finally in the building. So what's up, Reg? How are you?
What's up? What's up?
What's up? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. How about yourself?
I'm feeling good too. I'm feeling good too. I thought you would be on a little bit earlier.
I didn't know you started. I was cooking. I didn't know you started.
Oh, well, you know, Think Different TV is every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Shout out to my Tdtv fam all over the country, you know, and we're trying to, you know, cut the time down a little bit, you know, because I've been getting a lot of flack, and I think I need to speak on this real quick. Y'all, Think Different TV is my baby, and I love my baby. But at the same time, I realize that I'm here to edutain, and I know that sometimes we can get a little, you know, carried away with our conversations. Maybe the show may run over a little bit, but remember, this is my show. Now, and to all those that say my show is too long, F you, respectfully. But it is what it is. You get what I'm saying? Now, I am working on trying to cut down the time. As you can see, my music discussion was in and out. My financial discussion was in and out. Hot topic was in and out. But y'all gotta realize that this is a system that has been working for me. And for a lot of people to say, oh, it's too long and you need to cut back on your time, I hear you. I hear you. We are putting things in the works so that could happen. But y'all gotta work with me. Y'all gotta work with me. You know, y'all gotta understand that sometimes things ain't gonna end at 10 o'clock. It's 10:09 right now. We ain't even start Jeopardy yet because somebody was late. But 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 we gonna get it together because let me just throw that out there. Listen, we are looking for contestants to participate in our Jeopardy, our Tdtv Jeopardy. If you think you have what it takes to compete, please feel free to hit me up in my DMs, Lashia Star on IG or Think Different TV LLC. Also, we are looking for artists who have music videos who would like to put their video out there. But we're looking for the music video of the week. So this is going to require some, supporters voting for your video to get you to music video of the week. And the winner receives $50. So y'all know there's a lot of money going into all of this planning. Next week will be the last live show until June. I'm saying that again. Next week will be the last live show until June because we are revamping and we heard you guys. So we are working on some things behind the scenes. And I hope y'all will be very pleased with the changes. But again, this is my show. So if things aren't to your liking, feel free to tune into another show. I don't care because I'm still going to be here. I'm still going to do my thing. All right. So with that being said, we're going to go into our Jeopardy. I'm so happy that you guys are here. 12 questions, a 13th one being the final Jeopardy. And our topic for tonight, I don't know if you saw it, Reg, but this is our Jeopardy tonight.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So it is questions from all three mixed. Okay.
Okay.
So I guarantee you some of them will be easy, but some of them, even I was like, who even pays attention to that? You get what I'm saying? Yeah. But I feel like if you are an avid watcher of the Friday series and you're one of those people that know every scene and know every word from beginning to the end, this should be a piece of cake for you. And if you're one of those people that just after watching it for a certain number of times, you start noticing different things that other people would not notice, this is the quiz for you. So we're going to get into it. And I just, I got to make another one. I lost the page. All right. Try Reg. All right, guys. Just to introduce you guys to the crowd out there, the people that don't know, Try is the champ that has lost 4 times in a row to Reg. So we're going to see if there's any change in this dynamic. All right. So here we go. Friday Jeopardy. Let's get it. First, 100-point answer. All right. These are all 100-point answers. Hector got Smokey to smoke what? Reg.
What is angel dust?
What is angel dust? Absolutely. Absolutely. Next 100-point answer. Next Friday, Craig relocates to Reg.
Where is Beverly Hills?
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What is Rancho Cucamonga? Rancho Cucamonga. All right. Next 100-point answer, the last one. Friday after next takes place during this holiday. Reg.
What is Christmas?
What is Christmas? Absolutely. So, You finally got to, okay. He lost 100 and he got 100. Oh, yeah. Oh, if you get the answer wrong, we subtract points. So definitely make sure you know the answer. Because then you're going to be SOL. All right. So Reg lost 100, he got back 100, so he's at 100 points. All right, here we go. 200-point answers. Craig was this age in Friday. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And what is 22? Y'all thought this was gonna be easy. This ain't easy. This ain't easy. Next 200-point answer. Wait a minute. Reg, are you at a computer right now? I gotta keep an eye on you.
No.
Next 200-point answer. Day-Day's father name is Reg.
Gosh, what's his name? What is Ernie?
And
What is Willie?
And what the hell is wrong with y'all?
You want the real name or the actor?
No, Day-Day's father's name is not Craig's. Day-Day's father's name is Elroy. I'm your Uncle Elroy. He's like, you will smoke, but just make sure I hit it first. I don't care how much you smoke, just as long as I hit it first. I think that's what he said. So, yeah. So now Try is at -200. Reg is at -100. Let's see if we can get some points back on the board. All right, last 200-point answer. Day-Day has Chico, who belonged to Reg.
What is the Loco Brothers?
The Local Brothers?
Yeah, the Mexican gang in Next Friday, right?
Yeah, but that's not the answer I was looking for. And Try. And what are the Jokers?
I mean,
the Jokers.
Crazy. The Joker's a crazy guy anyway. So I mean,
the Joker, Baby Joker, Little Joker. Never mind, y'all. We're going into 300-point answers. I know there's people watching right now like, how they don't know these answers?
They should be up here. Where they at?
All right, first 300-point answer. Red's bike was this brand. Try.
What is a Schwinn?
And Reg? No? Okay. What is a beach cruiser? He was riding a beach cruiser. Uh-oh. Where the Reg go?
Reg gave up. He said, I'm done. And the thing is, he knows the movies more than I do. He would be better at this than me because I didn't. He
really make me nervous because I'm like, he probably up there researching, looking up some stuff. He made me nervous when he do stuff. Oh, there he go. He back.
He's not nervous.
My fault.
You got me nervous, sir. Got me nervous, sir. So I'm like, he probably went off so he go look up some stuff. All right. Next 300-point answer. Day-Day and Roach works here before they are fired. Reg.
Where is Pinky's record store?
Where's Pinky's record store? Absolutely. All right, you back up to 0. Good job.
Oh wow. Okay.
All right, last 300-point answer. Miss Pearly says the women call Craig's dad this. Four, three, two, one. And what is Sweet Dick Willie? I want some of that sweet. Oh, you heard that, didn't you? Oh, yeah, give me some of that. Y'all remember that?
I remember. It's
And
been
then
so
the
long.
mom came in there and beat her up. That was hilarious. All right, now 400-point answers. Here we go. Smokey's address in Friday was this.
Damn.
4, 3, 2, 1. And what is 1433? No, y'all wasn't going. That's why they 400-point answers. All right, here you go. Next one. Day Day's BM is named this.
Oh.
2, 1. And what is Dewana?
Why have all these next Friday questions?
Wait a minute. The first one was Friday, and this was next Friday.
Yeah, you asking a lot of next Friday questions.
No, it's 3. No, it was 4 Friday, 4 next Friday, and 4 Friday at the next questions.
Oh, wow.
So everybody know about Baby D, but people be forgetting Dewana, the pregnant chick. All right, last 400-point answer. Day Day stopped the older ladies while they were singing this in the strip mall. Reg.
What is Joy to the World?
What is Joy to the World? Absolutely. Got 400 points on the board. Good job. So here we go, guys. Try is at -500. And Reg is at 400 points. You have up to 1,000 to wager. What is you guys' wager for this final Jeopardy?
I ain't got nothing. So this might be the first time where I ain't get no points in the quiz.
But you can wager up to 1,000.
I mean, I don't think I'm gonna. Reg knows more about Friday movies than me. I didn't really care for those films, but I know some stuff about it. But if I wager 100, it's like that's.
Come on, just wager.
All right, I'm gonna wager 1,000. I'm gonna wager 1,000.
All right.
Anything can happen, so you never know.
Reg, what's your wager?
I'm gonna risk it all.
You gonna risk it all? Okay, we're gonna go for 1,000. All right, here, y'all. We're gonna do a little word from our sponsor real quick.
We go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. I go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business.
Hey. So we're going into our final Jeopardy. Both of y'all got 1,000 on the line. Here we go. Reg, you ready?
Yeah, I'm just getting a paper and pen right quick.
Oh yeah, paper pen. Y'all need a paper pen. Try already. He like, listen, I do this. I know.
First time with no points on the quiz. It's horrible.
Listen, guys, while we wait for Reg to get a pen and paper, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell on our YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any episodes, replays, or exclusive interviews from Think Different TV. Make sure you follow me at Lashia Star on IG. That's LASHIASTAR. You can see it right there in the little corner thing. But if the camera is reverses on this side, I don't know. Y'all figure it out. And you want to follow Think Different TV on IG. It's Think Different TV LLC. Also, I'm on Twitch. So, follow me on there. If you want to watch me on Twitch, you can watch me on Twitch. And I'm on Facebook too. Working on getting a fan page for Think Different TV on Facebook, but it will happen. And remember, next week will be the last live show until June. So, still tune in every Monday night because I'll be running rewinds all May. But June, we're back full effect with a new format, new everything. Y'all gonna be pleasantly surprised. So here we go. Final Jeopardy. Here we go. Craig's love interest in Friday, next Friday, and Friday after next. I need all three names. Let's get it. All right, y'all. The Final Jeopardy. Craig's love interest in Friday, next Friday, and Friday after next. All right, try. You got 1,000 on the line. You have negative 500 points. What is your final answer?
Nothing. I don't know.
Nothing. Oh gosh. All right. That puts you at negative 1,500. I'm sorry. Sorry, baby. All right, Reg. What are your answers?
I got 2 out of the 3. Debbie, Carla, and the fun one from Friday after next. I forgot her name.
Well, you know what? You would have still gotten it wrong because you didn't put it in the form of a question.
Oh man.
So the answers were Debbie from Friday, played by Nia Long. Carla, you were definitely right about Carla. And Friday after next, her name was Donna. We were looking for Donna, the prostitute that Money Mike had. Okay. And that's crazy because when I read it, I was like, oh, yeah, she was a prostitute. Because he was a pimp. All right, guys. So no one has won this week. Wow. Ba-bum, ba-bum. Wow. I'm so sorry, guys. But listen, next week, new subject, new topic, last Jeopardy for a while. So be prepared. Be prepared. And no, I didn't say that twice because next week will be about Lion King because honestly, that movie makes me cry.
Okay. Lion King?
No, it's not going to be about Lion King. Nope.
What about Toy Story?
Nope. And if you're telling me all the stuff that you'd be good at, I'm going to purposely not do a topic.
I never said I was an expert. I was just saying.
You was a little too excited about those topics. But guys, I thank you so much for joining me tonight on Think Different TV. Thank you, Try. Thank you, Reg from Reg Reviews. Y'all have the 420 thing coming up, right? Where y'all doing?
That's tomorrow.
Tomorrow, so you start early. So it's all week. What time?
Yeah. 6 o'clock tomorrow.
6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, y'all. Tune in to Reg Reviews. You can see his name right there on the screen. I don't know. Y'all figure it out. It's right there under his face. Again, y'all, I appreciate the fun we have, and I will see y'all next week.
All righty, I'll see you.
Love you guys.
Peace.
Love you too. Peace.
Love you too.
All right, y'all. So that wraps up another episode of Think Different TV. I appreciate you guys. I hope you got a lot of value out of what I've shown you tonight. And as always, have a great week, and I'll see you all next week. All right, guys. That's it. Bye.
Think Different TV. Live every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hosted by me, your girl Ashia. Join me as I discuss social topics, spotlight independent artists, and share financial tips. Join the conversation. I want to hear what you have to say. Think Different TV, where minds meet.
You're the reason I